This is EB3, speaking the truth in love, and I just come on for a few minutes to give you guys a word of encouragement. If you like this video and want more content like it, like, subscribe, drop a comment, and share. I'm going to read Matthew chapter 5, verse 4, and it says, "Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted." Comfort. Blessed are they that mourn, they shall be comforted. So, I've been feeling some kind of way here lately. Over the last few days, I don't know. I think it's because you make plans. When you start out in life. In my 20s, I thought my 40s would look a certain type of way. I thought, I'm entering into my 50s. I'm 51. I thought these years would look a certain type of way. My middle son just graduated, and Lord's will, nothing happens. My youngest will be graduating in 4 years, which means I'm wrapping up their childhood by the grace of God. But I thought these years would look differently because when I started out in life, at 21, I got married, and ups and downs as marriage is. I mean, I got a million stories. Probably I could talk about the good and the bad, but that's not what this video is about. It's about my expectations. I just thought my life would look differently. Not perfect, just different. Like all these, what do I want to say? All the things that the boys, my sons, are doing, graduating high school, getting ready to go off to college, getting accolades, just growing into young adulthood. I really anticipated my husband being here. What I want to talk about right now is nobody tells you what it's really like losing a spouse. And the thing is, even if they do, they can only tell you their experience. When you go through it yourself, it's a totally different, and everybody's different. It's just like the difference between all of our personalities and what we like and what we dislike, what we're willing to put up with, what we're not willing to put up with. It's also the difference between who we would or would not date or marry or whatever. It's just that everybody is different. And so our experience is different. Today, I don't know if I was depressed, but I know I really was very physically tired. And I don't know if that's just because I was just on a lot of stress. I did a video the other day about what kind of week it's been, a month really, that it's been, and how I was feeling on those days. But Friday, when I got home from work, I was just drained. And Saturday, all I did was mope around the house, sleep, get up, check on the boys as normal. But I went back. I did a whole lot more sleeping. I didn't even go to prayer like I like to do on Saturday mornings. I just slept. And I don't know for sure if I slept simply because I was tired or if I slept because I was in a state of, I wouldn't say depression, but I was just feeling a certain type of way. Like I really, really was missing my other half. I didn't want to go. I didn't want to leave with him now. Don't get it twisted. I wasn't wanting to go on to glory with him just yet. But I was just, there's some people in your life, be it your parent. I haven't lost a parent, so I don't try to speak on things like that when I'm not there. You know what I'm saying? But I think whether it's a parent that you're close to, a sibling. I just couldn't imagine my life without my sister, even though we don't see each other every day. I can get on the phone and I can call her and we can talk for hours and hours and hours. Well, when she let me get a word in, because she talks way more than me, believe it or not. But just listening to her sometimes just give me a little confidence, because she's wiser than a lot of people realize. She really is. But anyway, there's just different, long story short, there's just different people when you lose. It changed your whole perspective on life. It changed everything about who you are. The first person, I've lost, different relatives, friends. I've lost a lot of people in life, but I think the first person that really dramatically changed my life was my grandmother. Because for me, that was the person that I can call, and I could talk to her about anything. And I don't know, I know what others have said, but mostly if I told my grandmother I didn't want nobody else to know about it, she never repeated it. I never heard anything that I talked to her in confidence. And she would call and check on me. She's one of the few people that called and check on me and didn't want nothing. There were times she called and she did want something, don't get it twisted. But there are so many times when she just called and she said I was on her mind. And she just wanted to know that her granddaughter was okay. And when I didn't have that, I remember calling her and talking to her. I could be just talk to her like today is Sunday. I could have just talked to her Friday, but if I didn't talk to her Saturday, the first thing she would say is, "You done forgot about old Jimmy Sue." And I used to get so tickled, and I didn't realize that after she passed away, how much I would miss just hearing her say that, because it used to tickle me so much. And sometimes when I think about her, I get tickled. But the other person at this point in my life has been my husband that passed away last year. A little bit over almost a year and a half. But it's just because of the rhythm of life. The rhythm of life. I mean, I had been with him, and sometimes I still talk about him like present tense because I'm still not used to him really being gone. But the truth is, I had been with him since I was 17, 18 years old. And so we got married when I was 21. And it's a big adjustment. It's a big adjustment. Just not hearing that voice, not having that person to bounce things off of. And I was feeling some kind of way earlier today. And like I said yesterday, which was Saturday. But I think it's because so many people give you advice. Some of them have gone through the similar situations. Some of them haven't. But people tend to give you advice, well-meaning people. And it's just not necessarily good advice. And it just makes me feel worse instead of better. Like somebody telling somebody who really cared about somebody that passed away, it's not the sadness that people would think. It's just learning really how to live a different life. Not worse, not better, just different. And I think, I read that verse is blessed are they that mourn, they will be comforted. I think God put people in your life to be comforted. Sometimes the person that you never thought would be the one that comforts you end up being the one that comforts you with words of wisdom because they've gone through it. And it goes back, and that happened to me today, which is why I'm making this video. It goes back to I always say everything that you go through, it's not necessary for you as a born again believer, but it's for somebody else. At some point in your life, one of the most devastating thing, the most profitable thing, anything that you've gone through in life, you will probably have to witness to somebody else. You will probably have to encourage somebody else or give somebody else some advice on it at some point. Not when you first start going through it, because when you first going through it, you got to develop into that person that God is trying to call you to be. But sometimes it's the person that I know, like I'll say for me, I am very bad at reaching out for help. That is just a thing I don't know if I think it's a character flaw to a degree, because I think it's better if you can reach out to people. But I've always been a little bit more reserved. So if I truly reach out to somebody, I knew that I really needed to. And I went to somebody today, and they just don't know how they blessed my soul, because I was really feeling some kind of way today, but I wanted to keep a smile on my face because it was a good service at church. It was a good service. I got something out the word. The kids were being celebrated today, and it was a good day. But I felt the whole time that I was missing my other half. And to be honest, he probably wouldn't, especially the last few years of his life, he probably wouldn't have been able to come. But just to be able to, video and take the pictures and stuff and come back home and let him see, look at your son, those type of things. I missed it. And I understand more and more every day when something like my grandmother used to say, there are things that irritates you to the most about your spouse that you will miss. And I used to laugh when she would say that, she was a widow she outlived her husband like 10, 12 years or something like that. But a lot of people keep telling me that I needed to basically just move on. Life is too short, blah, 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 blah. I'm sure you've heard some of those things at different times for different situations. It don't even have to be that. It could be a breakup or something like that. But I believe that until you really go through the process, you don't need to bring anybody else in that. That's just me. However, I wouldn't tell anybody else that unless they asked me that. I have people coming up to me, don't know nothing about me. Nothing really. Tell me stuff like that. And it's like, really? We don't talk like that. I ain't never shared nothing with you for you to think that you should be able to come to me and talk to me like that. But I do realize that a lot of times people mean well. They really do mean well. They really, in their mind, trying to help you. And so, of course, that gives me comfort that there are those who may not know fully what to say, but they do try to help you. They do try to help you to get out of that. I don't even know what word I'm looking for. Get out of that loathsome feeling. Anyway, this has been EB3 Speaking the Truth in Love. If you like this video and want more content like it, if you got any suggestions of, don't tell me to move on and find somebody else, because that's not going to happen at this time in my life. But if you got any suggestions, anything, maybe you've been through something that helped you get through, drop a comment in the comment section, and be blessed, be a blessing, and I am out.